Uncle Stu, 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 Stu. Hi, this is Lauda Artista. This is number 2 for Nook Artist number 2. This is Uncle Stu. We call him in the building. So, Uncle Stu, what is your art?
I make handmade tops.
Beautiful.
I'm a retired cabinet maker, so I've been working with wood for over 50 years.
Beautiful.
Retired now, I have time to relax and do what I want, and this is what I want to do, it turns out.
So what inspired you to make dreidels?
Well, I have a Jewish background, and
Okay.
I when I found out about dreidels, I realized, well, I could carve these. I'm a wood carver. And so I started carving them for friends and family.
Beautiful.
And people really liked them. And then I got interested in, well, how can I make a top that, because these don't spin that long, you know, and you don't want them to spin that long because it's a game. And you take turns. And if it took too long to spin, you'd never finish the game, right?
Right.
So you don't want a dreidel to spin like really great. So I had to start, the dreidels are great and people love them and I love them. And it's a great tradition. But I started to look for ways to make tops that would spin for impressive periods of time and that have their own characteristics. This one's made from a slice of a tree branch. You know, what the heck? You know, I transformed a slice of a tree branch into a spinning thing. So I think it's pretty cool. And other people seem to too. You know, it's pretty popular. People enjoy. I always do well at the, I sell these for $10, $15, $20, $25, and people buy them. You know, people want to take them home.
They're beautiful. I remember you gave me a couple of them and I was like so excited. I also noticed some of the engravings that are on this dreidel. So can you actually explain what these are?
I can. Well, these are Hebrew characters representing Yiddish words.
Okay.
Now, Yiddish is a language spoken in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
And it's a German dialect. If you know German, you would know Yiddish. And I do know German. I took it in high school.
Okay.
But they speak this German dialect, but when they write their language, it's in Hebrew characters. So it's really unique and unusual, and it's kind of a dying language. Yiddish is not spoken by very many people, but there's people, just like with native languages and stuff, there's an effort to keep some of these old languages alive, and Yiddish is one of them. But in Yiddish, so this is basically, it's a die, like a dice. It's a game piece. And the idea is that when we take turns, let's say we were going to play, you play for a pot, like with poker, where you ante into a pot, and then that's what everyone's playing for. So let's say we were playing with 4 or 5 people, everyone would put something in the middle. And, an M&M, a Cheerio, a quarter, a $10 bill, whatever your stakes are. And then you would take your turn and spin it, and it's going to land on one of 4 sides. Now this is a Hebrew letter Hey, and Hey stands for halp, which in Yiddish means half. Okay. So that's I get half the pot. If we're 6 people were playing, I'd get 3 of whatever was in there. If then it went on to you, it was your turn. And actually, Hebrew reads from right to left. Okay. So actually, you know how we if you in games, don't we go clockwise if we're playing our game where we go around? Well, I think in dreidel you'd go the other way.
Counterclockwise? Okay.
Think about it. So now it's your turn to spin. Okay. And let's see what you get.
Let's capture this.
Oh, that happens sometimes. Try it again.
Okay.
Okay, you got a shin. Okay. And a shin is you have to put another one in. So that's a bad one. In terms of the game, you have to add
put more effort into it, is what you're saying.
So then if you were to land on nun, that's for nichts, which in Yiddish and German means nothing. So it's like losing a turn. If it lands on gimel, that's ganz, which is everything. You win the whole pot. So that's the best thing to get. So that's how the game works. Now, what's funny about the dreidel game, a lot of people associate it with children. It's a dreidel. I made it out of clay, that kind of nonsense. Children don't play dreidel. This is a game that old Jewish men would play behind the synagogue with their tobacco, a bottle of something hard, complaining about their wives and their kids, and playing a game, and a gambling game. And that's really what the dreidel is about. Now, it was associated with Hanukkah, which is a very minor Jewish holiday that occurs within a week or two of Christmas. And it's become, in America at least, it's become Jewish kids' Christmas, right?
Okay.
So they had to kind of trump it up. They had to, excuse the word, they had to kind of make it more more significant. And so they made it a game, a fun thing, you know, and you light candles and you play for chocolate coins and all of that. And that's fine, you know, but the truth is, I have to be the truth teller here, that it's not a children's game. It's a gambling game. And I think it's all over the world played. When people from other countries see these, they recognize tops are used. And I think that I actually saw a 6-sided one in a Mexican shop.
Wow.
And I couldn't ask the person because they didn't speak English.
Right.
But I wanted to know, because it had, I don't remember what letters. It wasn't Hebrew, obviously.
Right.
But I realized, wait a minute, that is the same thing.
Do you think it was in Nahuatl?
What's that?
It's a native language down in Mexico.
Oh, I don't know.
It's one of the originals.
Okay.
Okay.
But isn't that cool?
That is very interesting. It's very cool. I kind of wish I could see it myself.
I know. It was at the Midway, the Midtown
Global Market?
Global Market.
Oh, okay, okay.
This was years ago.
Okay.
But that made me think about how that this is a universal kind of a thing, you know, and games. I mean, people playing games and gambling and making the games interesting by having there be a stake at winning or losing.
Did you teach your children how to play this when they were here?
No, I never played it.
Okay.
That's the funny thing, you know. It's really, I don't find it very enjoyable.
Okay.
But most of the dreidels that I sell are to collectors.
Okay.
People who buy them for a family heirloom. Right?
Oh, sure.
For a thing to bring out. It's sort of like at Christmas time, you know, we bring out all these little tchotchkes, right? All kinds of things. I grew up in a family where my mom was Catholic and my dad was Jewish, so I had both. And as I grew up, you know, I sort of distanced myself from both. I'm sort of glad that I was brought up mixed because I didn't have to. It's sort of like I'm not part of your club or your club. I'm my own person.
So you can have appreciation for both.
I can.
Yeah.
And I grew up in St. Louis Park, which is traditionally known to be a large Jewish population. And so I had Jewish friends, and they all saw me as Jewish. That's fine, you know. I'm Jewish. My non-Jewish friends saw me as non-Jewish. That's fine, you know. I don't care. I married a Jewish woman though, and I embraced Judaism then because she was into it, and that's when I started. You know, I'm making Judaica. There's other Jewish objects other than the dreidel. I don't know if you've ever seen on a Jewish person's door. If you go
that little metal piece that's right on the door handle, or not handle,
on the door post. Yes.
Yeah.
It's I carved them out of wood, and they have a little prayer in them.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a little prayer scroll inside them, and it says it's an Old Testament thing, and I'm embarrassed that I can't tell you what it is, but it says something about put these words upon your doorpost. Okay. It's a way of proclaiming. It's saying if you really love God, you know, let everyone know. And traditionally, Jews who have a mezuzah, you kiss it when you go in the door. It's
how you bless your own home in a sense.
Yes, it's actually quite beautiful. I like it. I like the thing. So,
do you yourself have one above in your own door?
I do, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah, you know, and so it's Judaica. But I went on. You know, I kind of got tired of making this, and these aren't that aerodynamic. I wanted to explore shapes and things that would do this, you know, and give some challenge to making some, you know, big spins. So, whoops.
Amongst all of the dreidels that you've created here, what is your most favorite that you have on set right now?
People have been asking me that, and it's like, these are my children. You don't have favorites. You know, they all.
But what is one that you utilize the most? Your go-to?
Well, I have to say, you know, I have to say that you know, these, do you recognize what these were in a former life?
A doorknob.
Yes, these are door drawer pulls.
Okay.
These are amazing because Menards. Thank you, Menards. They're manufactured fairly precisely. They have a mounting hole on the back. I just continue the hole through and send a dowel in, and they spin so easily and smoothly. So when I just want a really easy spin, and I'm distracted and I don't want to, this one's kind of fun because it's a little bit unstable. Sometimes they're unruly. If I drill the hole a little bit slanted or not centered, this one I can see it's not centered, then it acts up in wonderful ways. I like it. Like if I really try and get this one going, watch what it does. It goes into a breakdance mode.
Superb. So you got it down to the science of physics.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, breakdancing is a physical principle. We will breakdance if we get unstable.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you would love to share with us on your dreidels?
I just want to say that, thank you everybody for their interest. It turns out I didn't know that this would become so popular. I thought this was just my quirky, thing that I love. But since I've been bringing it to the people, and it's becoming
a fan favorite.
It is. I had people come back. There was that guy. He came back, and this guy is from another country, and he was saying, "Oh, well, in our country, we have these tops. You wind them up, and you with reps,
and you throw them, right."
And so he told me the country, and I Googled it, and sure enough, there's a kid doing it.
Yeah.
And so I realized, this is universal, and this is all over, and this is awesome. And I'm honored to be able to sort of convey and translate this seemingly, this modest little activity, but that people really enjoy.
I do love the fact that you were able to capture tradition and being able to utilize it for like your own personal trademark.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful, unique way of being able to show that you're a very distinctive kind of artist.
I like that.
In a sense. And it really captures who you are as a person, and you are based around family orientation. You are very family oriented. And so I remember, especially moving into this community, you're one of the first people that I've spoken to, and it was the most treasurable moment ever. And I just want to say it's because of him that I stayed in this community. Uncle Stu is truly the best. And I just want to say thank you so much for allowing us to take a little peek inside of your artwork here.
Thank you for your interest. And,
yes.
I'll just let everybody know that I also do markets around town. There are other markets in the Twin Cities. The Open Streets, Minneapolis Open Streets has a program, and it was shut down last year, but I think they're having it again, where they shut down Minnehaha, they shut down Broadway North, and they just have people and bikes and vendors. And I don't drive a car. I'm a cyclist.
He bikes.
So that
everywhere.
That thing collapses down into a trailer, and I can bring my stuff out on my bike, and I can set up. I consider myself a bicycle-based street vendor. In the greatest tradition of other countries, right? Other countries, they have street markets. That's how people get their goods. They go out to the people and set up on the streets. So I'm proud to kind of bring that, to this modern world and be able to. People like it. The other thing, one more thing, is that I have sold these on Etsy. I've sold them on eBay, and I've consigned them a couple of times. But as you can maybe tell, the best way for me to get these sold and just to seen
is to have a one-on-one personal.
I gotta be on. I gotta pitch it. I realized that if you looked at a video of this online, although somebody came yesterday and said I should have a TikTok, they said I'd go viral.
You should. Oh, seriously? It really would, and it would be a really big hit with kids.
I know.
Especially considering, even though technically it's for adults, but you are portraying this for the entertainment of children because it literally helps them with concentration.
I'm going to
Can you imagine with kids doing homework and them just spinning their little dreidel, they'll be able to concentrate even more because they have something that's fidgety to play with.
I have sold these to therapists and special ed teachers precisely for that, to have around a fidgety thing for kids who need to calm down. So they're already out there being appreciated in that level. So I couldn't be happier, and thank you, Lauda, for your interest and your love.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Uncle Stu, for hanging out with me here. This is Lauda Out Loud. Hang out for a little bit more because we have some other artists that we're going to interview today. So take care. We'll see you soon.